This is the reading of Ben Stein's book, How to Ruin Your Life in 32 Steps. This is chapter 7. Know that you are the source of all wisdom. Yeah. The world needs your advice to run properly. Not just your criticism, but your guidance. Have you noticed what a messy society is in? Horrifying terrorism at home and abroad. This wouldn't have happened if you had been running the FBI or the CIA, or if they'd at least called you every day for your words of wisdom. War in the Middle East, you could easily avert it if Arafat and Sharon would just ask you what should have been done in the Gaza Strip and Tel Aviv. And if you have no idea what all I'm talking about, it's history. Go look it up. That's why it's important. It matters. Starvation in Africa, go figure, because that's not a new thing. You have the solution right under your hat. But have the fools asked you? No, they did not. Crime in the streets, serious spread of the AIDS virus, religious rancor, turmoil in stock market and widespread financial fraud. Why? Because the world isn't getting enough turmoil in the stock market and widespread financial fraud. Why? Because the world isn't getting enough of your advice. That's why. You know more than anyone else about finance, counterterrorism, peace among and within religions, and the control of infectious diseases. You're all that. Yes, I already mentioned criticism, but this is something different. This is about advice, not just saying nay, but offering specific pointers. The world is a mess because too much of its business goes on without anyone consulting you and getting your marching orders on how it should be. And it gets worse right within your circle. One friend is getting a divorce, another one is gaining weight, still another one is losing his job and maybe his house, and one's kid can't get her schoolwork done. Why? Well, there are a lot of causes. Mostly because if they ain't you, their name is loser. But only one sure cure. Consult you and get your advice. You would most assuredly know how to solve every one of those dilemmas in a heartbeat. Why don't they ask? Because they're jealous and not as smart as you are. But just because they don't ask, that doesn't mean you shouldn't offer your unsolicited advice. In fact, to be generous about it, you should positively insist that they heed your words of wisdom immediately and take notes while they're at it, because they're going to need to know. Order matters. You know how to save that guy's marriage. You know how to get that guy's job back, and you can certainly turn that kid into an A student. And if your neighbors are too darn incompetent to ask, you have to get in their faces and make them know what's best for them. Don't let any minor blemishes in your own life slow you down. for 1 minute. As far as putting your 2 cents worth is concerned. The point is that people have to learn to do as you say and not as you do. It's your duty as a God who walks the earth to make sure that everyone gets the benefit of your experience and expertise on any and every issue. Please don't forget it. And when you do give your advice, don't be stingy with it. Go into long-winded detail and make sure they get it right. They get it right by going over what you say over and over and over and over and over again. End of chapter 7 of How to Ruin Your Life by Ben Stein.